Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time to the run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Wednesday, Mosh Pit. Hope you all had a great start to your midweek here. We're waiting for another video across 2,500 likes to begin our journey to Missing No Week, which is the next like streak goal. I'm cautiously optimistic that we'll get this one here because it is a challenge week and we haven't had a theme week in quite a while, and I know the Mosh Pit really loves them. So if you enjoy the Isaac content along with all the other content, by the way, I should mention really quickly that literally all videos count, including shorts. They count towards the like streak goal, whether it's Mega Bonk, whether it's Isaac, whether it's Ball Pit, whether they're YouTube shorts. They all count towards the like streak. So it's not just primarily Isaac that can hit the like streak goal. It's for every video, but the like streak goal is only a reward for the Isaac series for now anyway. Here's your meme of the day / picture of the day, brought to you by I'm gonna say Egler 42. I hope I said that correctly. Title throw a surprise visitor, and in the thread they said fiance dressed up our baby girl in new clothes for Halloween. I noticed a friendly face sitting on her shoulder. Oh, look at the little sissy right next to her. What a cute kid. Thank you very much, Egler, as well as your fiance for taking a picture. I love that. It's so cute. That is 100% sissy, by the way. Like that is canon in my mind now. So thank you for sharing it. Love that picture. And remember, submit your own pictures and memes of the day on the Invicta subreddit /r/Invicta. Starting off with Curse the Blind, Victor November Papa 7 Mike Tango 8. Curse the Blind, Rainbow Baby, and the D5. Yeah, not great, although our damage is quite good, and our tears rate is definitely acceptable at 3.0. Shot speed's okay, movement speed's okay as well. It's just our range is a little bit bad, but that's, if we're complaining about the range, then it ain't that big of a deal, brother. See me use the D5 right there. Essentially what it does, it will re-roll the enemies into other enemies. It de-evolves them. We can talk about Pokemon for a second here. It devolves them into a lesser version of themselves and makes them easier to destroy, kind of like this. So it turns, say, for example, Pooters and Red Flies into just simply regular Red Flies, and then it turns Red Flies into harmless Black Flies, which you don't even have to worry about hitting you. I mean, if you end up having something like, say, if you have Skatole, or if you have even something like Midas Touch or Serpent's Kiss, it can help you greatly to just walk into the enemies and then just let them kind of flounder about while you collect the rewards like money and soul hearts, etc., etc. So not a bad start here. The D5 is not really an item that you see me use a whole lot. It can be useful, like I said. It's if you have the right situations, but obviously we're going to be looking for a little bit of a better item. Well, I say better, but definitely not Kamikaze. That's just not what we. And no, it doesn't work on bosses, although that would be very cool if it did. Hoping that Rainbow Baby can get a charm here on one of the Geminis, and then just, yeah, there we go. They just yeet themselves out. I don't know how. I don't know how Big Gemini loses to Little Gemini every time in that, but we did pick up Whipworm as well, which is our current trinket, and that gives us a whole bunch of shot speed, and we get a basic HP upgrade. Nope, placenta upgrade. Hey, I almost called it. It was close. We have a very long question here sent in by Esther. Esther Caponia Zialik. I'm just going to say Esther. Sorry, I mispronounced the other names in your name. They said, question the episode. I did write about it some time ago, but I don't know if it was answered. How do you feel about the idea that you can go into debt in Isaac? You can buy items without money, with limit, of course, but you have to gather money until the end of a run. If you don't, after beating Blue Baby or another in-game boss, you automatically die. You use that option. I would not automatically die. No, I wouldn't like that at all, because I just don't feel like that would be worth it. But if I wanted to build on a feature like that, what I would do personally is I would make the player continue to fight bosses of ever-increasing difficulty until they pay back the money that they owe for in debt. So you start fighting off, let's say you start fighting off with Pin and Gurglings, right? and you still don't have, and they drop some money, but you don't have enough. Let's say you're like 50 cents in debt. So you don't get enough. You have to fight another one. The next boss will be like Widow and Monstro, and they drop more money, but you still are in debt. Then it goes up a step further, and then you have to fight Haunt and Ragman. And it just keeps going and going and going until either the player dies or you get enough money to pay back the debt. That would be something I'd be interested in, because it definitely offers you a lot of risk reward factor. If you don't feel like using the money in your withdrawal or in your bank, you can basically say, okay, I owe you, game. I owe you however many boss kills it's going to take. So I would like that mechanic a lot. Way better than if you don't pay it back, you die. But there would be eventually a point where, and you get no items from these. You just get money. There would be a point where you would be fighting Lamb and Delirium and Mom over and over and over and over again, and they just keep adding more and more difficulty to it. So it is a countdown in a way that the player will not be able to survive. And you can make it to even where the player doesn't recover HP during attempts. There's no hearts unless they have like the jar or something, or jar of everything. So I would like that. It's an interesting idea for sure. Ooh. I don't know about the secret room. It could be there. It could be there. I'm getting more vibes for it being here than there. Let's look at this room again. It's tough to say. We have 3 bombs, so we can try both. Okay, yeah. My instincts were correct, and we get Orphan Socks, which is going to give us some movement speed, and also more importantly, spike immunity, as well as a couple of soul hearts to boot. So that's really, really nice. Speaking of Monstro, we have Little Monstro. Little Monstro, he does what he does. You need a lob shot here and there. Little Monstro's got you covered, you know? He does deal a decent amount of damage as well, I will admit. You just have to be careful of the jostle factor of his shot speed. Speaking of Gurglings as well. I was seeing if I can devolve them to the non-champion versions, but no, you can't. That'd be cool if you could, though. Make it very useful on bosses. Get a nice tears upgrade and shot speed upgrade. Very good. You absolutely do not need Whipworm anymore, that's for sure. The shot speed's already pretty dang high. I'm not going to take the quarter, but I will take Athame, of course, and we'll head on down. Strong start, gotta say. Donnie Billiards also asked on the same video last week, which was the Devil's Hand video. Question of the episode: you mentioned if we like but don't watch, it hurts. Does it matter if we like right away and still watch? I always like the video right away so I don't forget. No, that is perfectly fine. There's no penalty for that. And again, touching on the first part of Donnie's question, last week or so, I talked about I was answering a question from Twitch chat. Somebody asked me, if I like a video but don't watch the video, is that good or bad for the channel? And the answer is it's bad. Now, it's not as bad as simply not liking. That's way, 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 way more bad. So please continue it. Even if you're not watching the videos and you just want to support the channel, liking is still the best way to go, even if you're not going to watch it. The worst thing that someone could do would be to just simply not like or interact with the video at all. So I didn't want to scare people off of the idea of that. But I was just simply answering that question. But in terms of liking it right away and then watching it, that to my understanding, there's no big deal at all. You don't have to wait a certain amount of time to watch a video before clicking the like button counts as engagement. It all counts as engagement, one way or another. But it's great questions. I mean, I enjoy answering these. I wouldn't consider myself an expert at YouTube. If I was an expert, I'd have millions and millions of subs. But I have a fair bit of knowledge about the algorithm, and if I didn't have some type of industry knowledge by this point, I'm doing it wrong, brother. We already got the super secret room. Don't know where the regular secret room is. This run is moving surprisingly fast too, which is honestly surprising. Yeah, this has to be the secret room here. Ooh. The last time we took Chaos, it was not a good thing. Get bomb our way into the shop instead of using a key. Let's go see who we're fighting for. It's going to be Forsaken. Really not a good spot for Forsaken here. Nice little push back by Monstro. We get more HP. The question is, do we take Chaos? And now I kind of regret not taking the quarter. Before I take Chaos, let's see what's in the shop, because this could influence the shop greatly, and I'd rather get shop items right now. Because I don't want to get an awesome Chaos item and then us not be able to afford it. I'm gonna bomb. Ooh, that penny's gonna give us a chance to get key whenever we pick up money. Yeah, there we go, buddy. All right, 15 cents. We got plenty of keys now. I am gonna take Chaos. Chaos Reigns. Got a Hermit card. Okay. Okay. All right, game. All right. Got ourselves an interesting one here. We're kind of cooking. But it's still too early to tell. No, we're keeping flat penny. We're all 823 said, dang, that title for the Omega run on episode 323 is so cool now that I looked at it again. Yeah, like I said, I think the people, it was a little bit too well hidden. For people to get that it was an Omega run. I was trying not to spoil it, but I figured that the anime thumbnail definitely gave it away. And then hiding the word Omega in the title was something that I thought was pretty clever, but it might have been a little bit too obscure for some people to get that it was an Omega run, because that was by far one of the worst performing Omega run videos that we've ever had. So, and I'm attributing that partially to the fact that I just didn't name it right. That run was powerful, though. Now, the new episodes, those do very well with the algorithm. They draw a lot of engagement and views and new subscribers and everything. But an Omega run is an Omega run. I mean, in my mind, it's a step beyond the new tags. Still looking for the item rooms, and we've gone backwards now. The money becomes very important with us having Chaos. If you don't know what Chaos does, by the way, it will shuffle all the item rooms and basically homogenize them to the point where there's no more loot table for stuff. There's no more loot table. It's just all items now exist in all instances. We can get shop items in item rooms. We can get W items in item rooms. We can get angel items in chests. I mean, the world is our oyster here. So that's the good part. Now, the bad part about Chaos is the fact that it can and will frequently result in less than stellar items showing up at pretty much the worst times that you can imagine. For example, if you take Chaos, you tend to see a lot of bomb upgrades. Why? I don't know. There are a lot of bomb upgrade items, so that could be a little bit of an explanation there, that there's just more of them. But and yeah, I should have used the D5 in there. Definitely need to start hoping. I'm hoping that we just get a damage upgrade soon, because we definitely need it. Our tears rate is okay right now. It's not the best, but it's not bad either. 3.79, we can take it. We've definitely worked with less, for sure. But this is where we need Chaos to really step up and not screw us by giving us bad items. So we need quality boss drops. It's not guaranteed anymore if we get a devil deal that we get a devil deal item. That's another downside to Chaos. Go Athame. Big time plays there. The big horn. What happened to that other bomb? What happened to that sad bomb that we deflected? Just eat it? Good damage there from Ministro, from Il Monstro. There we go. Asclepius is very bad, and we get a Krampus fight. All right. And no, Krampus won't just drop any item. He'll always drop the thematic item still. So it's either going to be the head of Krampus or lump of coal. You already know which one's going to be. You and I both know it. And we are in desperation mode now for a damage upgrade. I guess I'll take the head of Krampus, but it's only because the D5 is kind of doo-doo. But it's kind of like a novelty. It's a novelty doo-doo item, right? Like, okay, we have it. Okay. Let's get all our shots out right now, game, all right? You need to give me back a soul heart, at least, from that room right there. You're taking way too much damage. Time for monologuing and good vibes is over. We've got to stop this incoming damage that we're taking, which is of a ridiculous proportion. Don't have to worry about spikes because of orphan socks. And Krampus does a multi-directional brimstone, which is easy to control. It used to spin around like at random, and it was not fun. And nor was it a good item. It also used to have a 2-room cooldown, which was nice, but then it got nerfed to 6, and then it got slightly buffed. It stopped spinning erratically, and also got buffed to a 3-room cooldown, which was also nice. How did I miss an entire hallway over here? Ah, that's why. My subconscious was telling me it was just going to be one big dead end fest over here. I don't even know what this looks like other than a key. A shot there by little Monstro. Okay. So eventually we will find something on this floor that interests us. But right now, it's tough to see. The secret room should be here. Not. Wow. I don't want... even though I want to use the head of Krampus in here, I don't, because we're going to need it for that big room, because I have a feeling... a sneaky hunch of a feeling that we are going to see... item room connected to it, and another greed fight. Incredible. So the main strat that you want to use, we still haven't found the item room, dude. The main strat that you normally want to follow with Chaos is you want to go straight for the shop, because that is going to be your greatest source of extra items that you can use for Chaos. The game, of course, knows this and has given us back-to-back greed fights after we acquired Chaos. So I'm pretty happy about that. Also, I don't know how that was one full soul heart, but it was. This run is quickly being disaster coded. We get a range upgrade. Yep. And I got a feeling here, Mosh Pit, that we've been screwed. Unless if this item room gives us something crazy, I think that we fell for the Chaos Trap, and we're in lots of trouble on this run. Like, lots of trouble. Right now it's no bueno. The very, very muy no bueno. And eventually we will find an item room. We found it. Last room on the map, of course. I mean, we might as well take Buddy in a box at this point. Because we are not... I'm calling it right now. We're not going to get any more damage upgrades. Let it be known, Sinvicta called it. 16 minutes, 40 seconds into this run by the way of the game timer. We are not going to get a damage upgrade. Red Blue Lock 4269 said, just started a new job recently, 12-hour night shifts for a few days a week, so I've been missing a few runs each week. We'll probably miss some more due to time constraints, but just want to say thank you for having a daily Isaac out for me to even have this problem. Good problem to have, my friend. Thank you for being a loyal watcher of the channel. Immediately gone into one dead end so far. Demon Judgment. We definitely do not care about the Demon Judgment right now because we don't have any way of protecting our HP. And I am not going down to 1 HP with this build. I don't know what buddy we have, but... Or Babylon's kind of whatever. World card. I knew where the secret room was. Ooh, okay. We get flight now. But none of this is damage, is the thing. Flight is always great, of course. Mobility, movement speed, all that kind of good stuff is good. We have to hope that we... Now, this is where Chaos potentially could ball out of control here, is if we get Boss Rush. You're not hitting me in this room. Not today, game. So potentially Boss Rush could be a run saver here, but... If we don't get the Fool card, we cannot beat Boss Rush on this build. It's going to be an absolute nightmare. Like, we probably could, but I don't want to. It is going to be an actual nightmare if we try to fight Boss Rush. We've already been to the shop, we've already been to the item room. I want to get into the Boss Trap room, and our Fool card is not here. So my guess is probably going to be it's above the arcade here. Not me to do that. Yeah, and there it is. Gotta hurry here. Normally I'd let the mom hand just kind of grab me there, just so I don't have to fight, but we don't have that time, and we also don't have the HP. So this is a pivotal moment in this run. Not only do we have to get Boss Rush, but there has to be something of substance in there. Otherwise, we are in lots of trouble. I'm not going to use Krampus's head right at the start because I want to hit multiple doors with one shot. It's no good just hitting the foot and nothing else. If you wait for the doors, if you wait just one Mississippi for the doors to open after the first foot drop, you can get double the damage with the head of Krampus. Great shot there by Athame. Okay. We cannot go the negative here. As much as I want damage, we just can't. We are going to get a damage upgrade. Ooh. Oh, man, this is rough. I'm gonna take Sinvicta robes only because we need the extra assurance of extra HP. By the way, yes, I did notice that we had a fully upgraded shop, by the way, that had a single item in it, so I was pretty happy about that. We need a bomb. Burnt Penny would be amazing right now. There's an arcade, so we definitely have chances to get bombs. And there's still prospect of a demon judgment. But we're getting nothing but keys. Or Babylon is active, and so is the Polar Invincibility. Bomb's Eyeshadow, which is okay, but not what we're looking for here. He drops Cthulhu immediately, I swear to God. Okay. We just need one bomb payout from Monty. We can get into the boss trap room, which again could house a very good upgrade for us because of chaos. Come on, Monty. No! Okay. Got one. No! All right, well, we got bombs anyway. You know what? He deserved it for wasting our time. All right, we got bombs. This is our last chance on this floor to actually get something of substance here for damage. Although we did get a Sinvicta robe upgrade, so technically my prediction didn't come true. And Succubus, I mean, it is damage. We have to take her. This would be one of those maddening episodes for somebody in the comments to be like, "Oh my God, complains about no damage upgrades and leave Succubus." It's not that I don't like Succubus. It's just that sometimes it's not worth doing a boss trap room for. But in this case, we need it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We need to have any type of damage booster on this run here. Our damage in the Succubus aura is only 8.5, which is... that would be great for base damage, but having to stick to the Succubus aura is annoying. And I will sacrifice 1/2 soul heart since we got one for free to go into the curse room. Was it worth it? No. Yes, I could have used the chariot card, but my plan is to save that for a demon judgment that shows up or something like that. So, don't know where the super secret room is. It could be north of the curse room. It could be south of here. Or it could be east of here. It is here. Okay. We get an Eternal Heart. Hey, it's more HP. But yeah, two greed fights in the shop, and then a single premium item in the shop with no reroll. Yeah, the game knows what it's doing. We're now in the long hall here. Well, I will take Sigil Baphomet. By God. By God! Sigil Baphomet's going to give us a half-second shield every time we unalive an enemy. What's cool about that is that it also stacks up to 2.5 seconds or 3 seconds, something like that. So it's definitely worth your time to take. It's also considered one of the best trinkets in the entire game. I did use the chariot card because I just didn't want to lose a soul heart for nothing. Literally nothing. Go, just get the Globins down. And if you can have an orbital, or if you have some type of melee weapon, Sigil Baphomet turns Isaac into an absolute monster. Unkillable monster. Another character that works extremely well with Sigil Baphomet is Tainted Samson of all characters because of his berserk mechanic. Now my boy Tainted Samson doesn't get too much love these days, but I'm holding out hope that one day we will see a Tainted Samson revamp. Just make it to where his passive is not just a burden, you know? Arachnid. Sure, why not? We'll take Bag of Crafting. And yep. So I don't know exactly how Chaos works with Bag of Crafting. I'm pretty sure it has no effect on Bag of Crafting. But since we're getting a bunch of useless money anyway, we might as well be able to turn stuff into stuff. Rotten Hearts are actually bad for the Bag of Crafting, as are batteries, but so we might just get a basic payout here. Let's see. Now we can also use the Bag of Crafting for damage. It's not recommended, but you can. In rare instances of 0 damage, it does at least a little bit of damage. Oh wow, that made contract from below. Excuse me. That definitely shouldn't have been out there. So maybe Chaos does have an effect on Bag of Crafting. Wow. Thank you, Sigil Baphomet, for saving us from that schmoove. Interesting. Secret room is here, so we can get into the boss trap room again. I'll take 1 bomb. See if we can get some nickels. Got 1. The Bag of Crafting will basically take a bunch of... It takes 8 consumables, and depending on how rare the consumable is, will greatly affect the outcome of the Bag of Crafting. Now, you can look up what Bag of Crafting recipes your seed has on... I think there's a website to do it on. But I don't do that. I don't know if we got hit by that there game. I don't do that because I'd rather just see the results for what they are. Take stuff, you make stuff, and hopefully you don't break stuff. Surely this can't be a dead end, right? Right? Really amazing, isn't it? Truly amazing. Remember I said that 3.79 tiers wasn't bad? It's not bad, but it's not great either. We're barely above halfway beyond the maximum tiers rate. Rainbow Baby, you have an opportunity here to charm something. Okay. And Rainbow Baby. Big opportunity here for you to charm something. We even have Mom's use Mascara. We do get the virus, which is going to give us Poison Touch. Mom's eyeshadow, not Mom's Mascara. Wishful thinking on my part. We had Eve's Mascara. We already had it once. And this floor just keeps on going. Not an XL floor, by the way. We don't need any keys, so what does this make? Conjoined is only going to lower our damage. Okay. Wondering why the tears are curving around us like that. It's because of the soul. Okay. Well, I gotta say, Chaos, you definitely weren't helped by the game, but you also haven't been helping us at all. There's a very real reason why I don't take Chaos these days. No, I can't be bothered. And time will only tell whether or not if us taking Chaos was better or worse than this for this run. Of course, I don't know what the W items were, the ones that we did see. But something tells me they're better than experimental treatment in Mongo, baby. It feels like we only got 3 devil deals on this entire run, too. It was rough. A rough Wednesday showing here in November, and again, it's 1 on, 1 off. Keeping up with that familiar pattern. Excuse me? I'm not doing the big room. You're gonna force me to do the big room. You know what? I'm not going to, game. I'm gonna bomb through it. I don't care if there's a library there. I refuse to give you what you want me to do. All right. You have the strength card for emergencies. Hopefully you won't need, but you just never know. Especially with us not having active Polaroid invincibility because we have way too much HP for it to kick off. Polaroid invincibility only goes off if you have less than 1 heart or less. So it has to be a half red heart or less of HP. Good example of Isaac reading your keyboard inputs, by the way. Okay. Well, Monstro, I need you to fire before we lay the bomb, okay? We got through there, but man, this is our last chance here, Chaos. And Curse the Blind. Unreal, dude. It's unreal. You'd think that I'd be surprised by now. Or that I wouldn't be surprised by now, but here we are. This is what it looks like when the game knows exactly what it's doing. And no, we can't take blind items with Chaos. You're asking for the game to give you Missing No or give you TM Trainer. You're just asking for it. And we're just going to have to just tough this one out here. But, man. You know, I'm glad we get runs like this every now and then just to show you just how ridiculous Isaac can be. Especially for people who've never seen this game before. It's not all like, whoa, what a crazy powerful run, poggers. It's 90% like this type of run here. I mean, we can't even take the bag of crafting. We don't even know what we're crafting at this point. That's fun. So, with one curse, the game has effectively nullified every single possible advantage we could have had. Could have had with Chaos, we could have had with bag of crafting, but instead we end up just a nothing burger of a floor that we have to now overcome with only 5.5 HP. So Longleg is always a RNG fest to fight because you just don't know wherever he's going to land. This is not the room I wanted to see. Very, very, very dangerous room. You got to get death out of here. Thankfully, the sides are triggering Sigil Baphomet. I have to hope that Gluttony drops Lard or something. Or Soul Heart. You drop less than 3, that's fine. Okay. Need Soul Hearts here. I would normally take the Broken Ankh, but the Sigil Baphomet is just better. I mean, surely we won't pay 55 cents for one Soul Heart. Surely. Ooh boy. Okay. Bag crafting, you gotta go. Can't have you stopping me while I'm trying to hold the map open, and we've gone to a dead end. These last 2 floors have taken more time to complete than I think the entire rest of the run combined. I was almost right in my prediction saying that we were only going to get 0 damage items, damage ups. I was almost right. Airwalk is just better for us whenever we find Blue Baby, which is not going to be for a while. It's another 10 minutes, I'm guessing. Charm Tear is finally doing something, although Pestilence was fighting nothing. Not a dead end. Surely this is just not one big Isaac circle, right? Right. 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 Gluttony, you could have fired your brimstone and killed both of them for us. I guess we're doing this again. Again, thank God we have Sigil of Baphomet. Every fat spider that we kill is going to give us 1.5 seconds of total invulnerability. It's 3 mobs in one. Go. Oh, Monster really carrying the team here. Yeah, we've gone the wrong direction. We have like Tron Baby or something. I don't know what. It's definitely not Mega Man Baby, even though it kind of looks like him a little bit, but it's definitely not. Mega Man was not topless. Yep, all that for a ginormous dead end. I wasn't kidding when I said it's going to take about 10 minutes to find Blue Baby. I was not joking. I mean, sometimes you just have to stand back and really just look with awe at some of the random occurrences that happen in my runs, because they are truly astounding sometimes. There we go. There we go, everybody. We did it. In a run, by the way, I want to put this in perspective. In a run where we beat Boss Rush, we beat the Boss Rush timer by a solid almost minute. It is now 41 minutes into this run, and we still have not found Blue Baby nor beaten him. So just food for thought on that one. It's taken us double the amount of time to search for Blue Baby, and we found him, finally. I mean, this is just the definition of a downhill spiral. A toilet bowl of a run, mind you. And I will, after we beat Blue Baby, I will go back and pick up those chests to see if they would have mattered. We could have had the world's easiest and fastest trip to Blue Baby if we had just gone to the right, out like I normally do. But instead, like, nah, we got to switch it up. Let's go, what, up or wherever, which direction I went into the first. Could not have picked a longer path to failure. Charm is going to be absolutely kicking the crap out of Blue Baby because of his orbitals. They actually aggro him, which is funny. And you see Aerowalk just doing work here. Wow. What a absolute struggle bus of a run. And, you know, if anything, you learn why you don't take Chaos and the importance of mapping, you know? So the Martyr, Toothpicks, Hungry Soul. Well, it would have been exclusively better, but we wouldn't have gotten any damage out of there, except, well, no, I take that back. Oh, the Martyr. So it definitely would have helped, but in that spot, you simply cannot. You just cannot take blind items with Chaos. I mean, hey, if you want to, go for it, but that's just not my style, man. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you made it to the end of this video, I hope most of you did, make sure you click the like button or click the dislike button. You can tell the game that you did not like this run, or maybe you did like this run. Either way, it goes supporting the channel. Subscribe, of course, and ring the notification bell if you'd like to be notified when my content goes live every single day. And thank you very much for watching. Have a great Wednesday, and I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like, thanks to patrons of mine like Ox the Witcher, Ode Ode, Bataloid, and Kuroi Tenshi. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Oxtec episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.